Hello YouTube. I already did a first blog, but it was late last night and I find it wasn't really good. So I finally decided to make a new one. Well, just an update actually. So, like I said on my first one, I talked about my town and everything, but I didn't really talk about myself since I didn't have enough time. I had to go to bed since it was really late last night. So, I wanted to talk about a little bit about myself. Okay, I have two brothers. One's older than me, who's 24, and I have another one that's 11, which I'm stuck in the middle. So yeah, sometimes it can be really tough being in the middle, especially when you're a girl and the only girl. So, and most of my childhood I end up being on the road with my family since we traveled a lot. We moved 6 times since I was 5, since the age of 5. Um, so yeah, I didn't really have a lot of friends when I was little. Um, I guess you can say I didn't fit in quite. So it was really hard for me to make friends since I was scared I would move again. And finally, when we did find where we are now, I had a few friends, but not lots. I wasn't really. I was very very shy when I was little, and it was very very hard for me. And so I had two friends, and we would think of things like stories. And since I wasn't able to write or read at that time, we decided to act them out. And a lot of people, a lot of other kids thought I was like weird and all stuff. But actually, to think about it now, I just had a lot of imagination, and I couldn't write and I couldn't read. So the only way I was able to say it was by acting it out. So yeah, and I did that for I don't know how long, and it was really really hard for me because a lot of kids would like make fun of me, but after a while they kind of figured that they noticed I couldn't write and I couldn't read, so they finally stopped, which was a good thing. And I joined in a lot of sports. So I joined like a soccer team, and I was uh, I was always picked as one of the first people sometimes, especially by the guys, because they noticed that I was really good. I was better than the other girls because most of the girls were like scared that they would like, I don't know, hurt themselves, but I don't care. I got a lot of scars from bad accidents when I was little, like riding my bike and scraping my knee and that kind of stuff. And so yeah, and that was like until like the 6th grade I did that. And then when I hit the 7th grade I went to a school for like a year, and I didn't really make friends because I was trying to get accepted to this other school, a private school. So I'm like, well, what's the point of making friends if I'm going away again? So I didn't really have. I had a few friends just to keep me, I don't know, alive, happy when I was at school. Um, so I had a few friends, and then in the 8th grade, I finally got accepted to that private school, and I'm going there for 2 years, which I met a lot of friends. And what I like about that school is that it was special because it's like for people who can't read and write. Like I have like this it's quite hard to explain actually. I have like this something in my brain makes the letters, like for example, if I'm reading this water bottle, um what happened before, it would make my letters flip upside down or flip, there'd be misspelt, the words would be misspelt, and when I read something it wouldn't, I would say the word, but people thought I was reading it wrong, but actually I was reading what I saw. So they finally figured out what it was, and yeah, I had to be sent to that school, but I had to get accepted first. So I had to run through all these tests and everything, and finally I passed those tests and I got accepted. So I went there for 2 years so that they can actually teach me techniques to read and write better. And I stayed there for 2 years, and I had to live in a dorm, and I got to share a room with this two girls, one for 1 year because she already been there a year, so she only stayed there for 1 year with me, and we had lots of fun. And then the next year that was my second year. I got a first year, which I think mostly everybody had that, because then we were able to share our experience with the other ones. So it was really fun. I had a great time. Um, I remember there was a lot of things that we did. Like, for example, I remember this one time my friend, she went skiing on a hill, and when she fell at the bottom, she killed a bird with a head. I mean, like, not just like, it wasn't dead, or it was like flat dead. It was completely dead. She like, it was so, I'm like, whoa, you killed a bird with your head. It was like, it was just out of my mind. It was like freaky. And so yeah, we had a lot of fun. It was very big. We had like a big football field, two baseball fields, and we had like this huge park. And we had these swings. It was like a basket, but it was a swing. It was so cool. You could fit like 4 people in there, and we just sat there like all the time. And it was really cool. I had fun. And what I like about that school is that you had to take a plane to get to there. So I had to like go to my airport in my town, my hometown. That's here. And we had to take a plane from our hometown to Toronto. And then from Toronto we had to take a plane from back to Ottawa, and that we did that for a year. Every weekend. So on a Friday we'd fly back home, and then on Sunday evening we had to fly back. So that was really fun. And on the second year we had a private plane. It's not like this big fancy plane. It was just like a little, but it was fun. We had a lot of memories, especially with my friend Kale, which I met since I was like in second grade. He's a year younger than me, so he was in grade 1 and I was in grade 2. But when we got to that school in Ottawa, we ended up becoming best friends, and right now we're best friends. So yeah, so I'm happy I went to that school, because I made so many friends from all over Ontario, and I wouldn't have changed anything. It's like the greatest place to be. It was really sad to leave. I remember crying so hard a lot, because you spent like 2 years with those people, and basically you're like family, and then you had to leave, and you know you weren't going to see them again, and it's just really hard. But I still do talk to them on MSN and everything, but it's kind of hard, because the only way you can talk to them is by the phone, but even then it's long distance, and it's kind of hard to talk to them all the time, because you don't want like end up having an hour long distance call, because then it's going to be expensive. But most of the time we talk on MSN. So yeah, after I left that school I went to my high school that I am now. So I'm in the 10th grade. I know I'm 16 years old. I'm supposed to be in the 11th grade, but like I said, I had a hard time reading and writing, and he thought I wasn't quite advanced enough to go to the 11th grade, so he kind of hold me back a year. But there's some courses I have in 11th grade, like I have math and religion. The rest is all 10th grade, so it's not bad. At least I get to spend time with my friend Kale and some other friends I made the past 2 years, which is kind of cool. I find now what that school did, it made me less shy, and I actually have a lot more friends than I did when I was little. So, which is kind of cool, because now I'm not so lonely. So, yeah, that's basically what happened in my life. So you can say I traveled a lot. So I traveled 6 times since the age of 5. That's like every year. And then I moved to that school when I just like finally settled in. So I had a hard child life and everything, but I'm looking forward to the future, which is really cool. So yeah, hopefully that will go okay. So yeah, I hope you guys like this blog better than my other one, because my other one was kind of boring. But I hope this one you guys like it. Now, if you have any questions about my life or anything basically, don't be afraid to ask. I mean, really, don't be afraid, because I like to answer your questions. And so if you have any questions, just ask me and I'll answer them. Okay? So I'm T-Girl. Until next time, bye.